Hey, I thought I'd pop on today and do a little bit of big toe mobility. So I've actually had a few people ask me about this, specifically people that are runners. And it's a really important thing that we tend to not actually spend a lot of time working on. So in order to do this, you will need either a block or a ball and get yourself set up at a wall. So if you're using the block, you can just set it up against the wall, doesn't matter which way, so that it has something to lean on. I'm just going to tilt this down so we can see better here. Or you can also take a ball and put the ball up against the wall as well too. So either one will work. You just need something that you can press your foot up against. So when it comes to our big toe, we want to be able to move it up, and then we also want to be able to move it underneath as well. So we're going to work on this movement today. I'm going to use the block here. And you simply just need to set yourself up so that your big toe is pressing on the block and then the other toes are coming down along the side. I'm just going to get a little bit closer or tilt a little bit more so you can see. Okay. So the big toe is on there, and then we're stretching the other toes on the other side. And this is what we start with. We start with just this passive movement of being able to stretch that big toe, and we're trying to push the other toes down as best as we can. We're gonna hold there. You want to check out what the ball of your foot is doing. So pay attention if you're rolling to the pinky toe edge. Can you keep that big toe mound down on the floor as best as you can? Hold there. And feel that good stretch. And then we'll release. I would suggest hold it for about maybe 2 minutes. Let's go to the other side. And get it set up. Each side will be different. And over time, so as you start, it might feel a little bit tight, but then over time it will end up loosening up. A couple summers ago, I suffered from plantar fasciitis, and this is one of the exercises that I did to help open up and stretch all of that tissue there. Hold here. And I'm putting a decent amount of pressure into the block. I also recommend doing this for the other toes. So you can put your big toe on the opposite side and trying to stretch the other toes up. So just like so, all 4 toes here, and then trying to get the big toe down. Ooh, actually that feels good. Let's hold it there. So these ones are a bit more passive to start. And sometimes that's a really great place for us to start, especially when we haven't worked with our feet. And I know a lot of us, we don't pay a special attention to our feet and the mobility that our toes have, but they are an important role in the function of our body. Okay, let me stretch my other toes out here. Trying to get that big toe down. So on this one, I'm really trying to think about pushing my big toe down as I'm stretching the other 4 toes up. You can use your finger to help a little bit. Ooh, that's a good one. And hold it for, like I said, a minute, 2 minutes would be great if you have the time. And let's release from that. Excellent. Now we are going to seal that in. Make sure you can see. There we go. With some toe cars. So keeping all the toes down, these little toes are going to try to lift the big toe up off the floor. And as we do that, we're not rolling out to lift the toe up. We're keeping our all 4 toe mounds down and then set them down. As you lift, try to think about separating the other toes as much as you can. And set it down. Let's try that again. Lift those toes up. Strengthening the bottom of the feet, the top of the feet, the ankles, and set it down. Let's do the opposite. So big toes stay down. This one I find more challenging. Lift the other toes up. You can even see on my right foot how I have a little bit harder time because it's a little bit weaker there. And we're trying to spread those toes as much as we can and set it down. I hope you're trying this if you're on with me. Keep the big toes down and lift the other toes up and spread them as much as you can. and set them down. Now let's lift all of our toes up and see if you can tap just the big toe down. Ooh, try to spread the other ones. They might go a little wonky like mine. And lift it up and set it down and lift it up. You can always use your fingers to help you at first if you are doing this and your brain is going like, what? This is not working. And up. Now keep the big toes up and set all 4 toes down and lift and set them down and lift and set them down and lift. Excellent. Now the last thing that I want you to do is to bring the feet together. We want our big toes touching and a little space between our heels. Now when you do this, if your big toes are splaying out towards the sides this way, we need to concentrate on trying to pull those big toes together so that we get that nice straight line. I used to have quite a big bunion from lots of years of dance, and we need to try to realign this portion of our foot into our ankle, and simply just by trying to hold it there can be great. I've even wrapped some tape around my toes and held it there for a little bit of time. That space in between the ankles, and like you're trying to separate your feet from each other to engage all the other muscles up your leg. And we'll just hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. You can shake those feet out. Another little tip that I have for everyone when it comes to your feet is toe spreaders. Those are a really great tool that you can be using. Really easy. All you have to do is get them into your toes. If you don't have actual toe spreaders, start with even some tissue or something. You can roll it up just like when you're getting a pedicure, or those little things that you put in between your toes when you're getting a pedicure. You can do it passively just while you're sitting around, maybe watching TV, or put them in and walk around the house, do a few little things like that, and start to progress to having them in longer and longer, and maybe even keeping them in while you're doing other activities, so that we can start to spread those toes and get the space in between each of our metatarsals and strengthening the top and the bottom of our feet. And this will in turn trickle up the body, making the knees feel better, hips feel better, and all those little aches and pains that sometimes we get and we don't even realize it's because of our feet. So thank you so much for coming on for some big toe mobility. Yeah, you can always give me a thumbs up if you like that, or if you want to see more, always give me a message and let me know what else you would like to learn about, and I will do my best to create that content. So have a great rest of your day and your week. Thanks, guys.